What's up, you guys? Zoe here from OneGlanceTrader.com, and welcome to week 15 of me trading the options wheel strategy on Riot blockchain. And as you can see, we are now 20% up in terms of our initial investment of $3,350 when we got assigned 100 shares of Riot at $33.50. And the whole purpose of this series was to document it so you guys can see how the wheel works, how to trade it, what are the pitfalls of it. And you guys have seen the pitfalls. And if we quickly go to the chart of where we got assigned Riot at this level here, Riot just kept tanking. It kept tanking down to the $25 level where it found some nice level of support. And now you can see here, and we'll go on to all of this in this video, went to a high as about 45, 46, $47, and then had not bad earnings, but earnings that didn't really meet expectations, and then dropped, and now finding some consolidation, funny enough, at our cost basis over here. So we've been through these times, and now we're going through these times as well. So we've been through the bad and we've been through the good, and now we're at pretty good levels. We're above our cost basis. Pre-market we're at $37. Our cost basis is at $33.50, and it's because of this volatility in this area here why since the last video, I've done all of these trades rolling up, rolling down, and all that kind of good stuff. And we'll go on to the reasonings for that in a second. And 20% return is absolutely fantastic. And there aren't many trading strategies or asset classes out there that can get you these 20% returns. And in my honest opinion, in the very controlled risk safe environment. And partly because of that is that I'm long-term bullish on Bitcoin, and Riot is a crypto mining stock. That's what they do. So it kind of really follows what Bitcoin does majority of the time. And I think Bitcoin will get to 100k plus. So if it does do that, Riot will obviously jump up with that. And in terms of the fundamentals, I think is there. The growth rates are there. I think it's all there from a fundamental and from a technical perspective. And $658 in 15 weeks, it's just absolutely brilliant. And if you are brand new to this, the wheel strategy or Riot or however you came across this video, the link is down below for the playlist of all the episodes for every single week, so you guys can look at me talking about when I started selling cash secured puts, and then when I got assigned right at 33.50, and then me selling calls and making $7, $11 throughout this kind of challenging, I'll say challenging time over here. And even when price was going down, I was still making money every single week. And then, as you can see now, we got some pretty bigger numbers here as prices started to go up. So again, check out the playlist. It's down below. So before we go into these trades, let's have a quick look at what Riot is doing. So you guys know my cost base is at 33.50, and week 4 I got assigned 100 shares of Riot at 33.50. And we talked about it inside the last video where it had it didn't have that great earnings, but then it dropped all the way down below my cost basis down to a low of 31.43, and has now found consolidation at this area. You can see here with the OGT GMMA indicator that the long-term moving averages are still green, so they're still bullish, and the short-term moving averages are red, but I would imagine they'll start turning to green. So we're really looking for a green short-term cloud and a green long-term cloud to really kind of go into this section over here. So there's been volatility in Bitcoin. They've had earnings, a lot of catalysts, positive and negative, have come in. And I think Bitcoin has dropped slightly, and it has also found some support level. Or if you look at their chart, I've not got it up on the screen, but I'm fairly comfortable with where we are. And based on this volatility, I've had to adjust my strategy. So the premise of the wheel when I first started documenting this series was, once you get assigned the shares, you are looking to then sell covered calls at or slightly above your cost basis. So then you recycle your cash, you get your money back, and then you start selling cash secured puts again. And I've been thinking about this, and 33.50, my assigned price. I quite like owning shares at 33.50. So what I've tried to do is, because I'm long-term bullish, I've tried to keep my shares, because I could quite easily get out of this trade and get my money back. But what I've been trying to do is roll up, as follow price as time goes on, because when it started getting to this levels over here, the appreciation I would have made at 33.50 selling at 41 would have been pretty nice. So I'm quite comfortable owning shares at this level and just holding them, and then just keep selling covered calls every single week to make more income. And if price drops further, I'll sell some more cash secured puts, pick up more shares. And I think I talked about in the last video, I want to own 1,000 shares of Riot at some point. I like my cost basis to have a 2 in front of it instead of a 3. But the volatility is there that there's I wouldn't be surprised if Riot went back down to $25. And it wouldn't bother me if Riot did go, because I'll just keep selling cash secured puts. Yes, I'll put more money in, and this series was about owning 100 shares and doing the wheel, getting in and out. But it's kind of evolved since then, and since the 15 weeks is a long time, and my thought process has changed throughout this whole kind of period. So just to give you an update in terms of where we are at the moment. So if we have a look at, firstly, this section over here, so the current price pre-market is around $37. I own 100 shares. My cost base is $33.50. Therefore, the total I've invested is 3.35k. I have an unrealized P&L of $350, and that's because the difference between the current price and the cost basis, just making sure, yeah, difference in customer and the number of shares that I own. If I sold the shares today, I'll make an additional $350. And my break-even price just keeps lowering as when we go through these trades, is basically the current price minus the premiums I've received. So we can see here that my break even at the moment is sitting at 26.92. So as long as if I sell these shares above this amount, I will get my initial investment back plus the premium I've received. So if I sold it above my cost basis, I keep this $658. If I sell anywhere in between this area here, I would give back some of my premium. So it depends on the stock. If it's a stock that you like, then obviously you don't really want to be selling below your cost basis. If it's a stock that you really want to get out of, you really don't know why you got into it in the first place, or the fundamentals or the technicals have changed since you've got into it, you might want to get out at your break even, so you've protected your initial capital and then given back your premium or your profits as part of that. But at the moment, I've got no intention of selling my shares anywhere near or anywhere below 33.50. If the price went down here, then I probably would start selling covered calls below my cost basis, and you guys have seen me do that. I've sold it around the $31, $32 mark, or even the $30 mark from memory, just to pick up more premium. Because when the price was here, selling calls at your cost basis, you're picking up $1, $2 a week. So even to pick up $10, I think I had to go down to $30. And what I like about options is A, allows you to do that, and B, even if price did rocket up to $30, let's say, in a day, because Riot has the ability to do that, you have the ability to roll up and roll down and increase your expiration. And this is basically what I've been doing in this section here, and this is what I love about options. You're in control, and you've got the flexibility to push your strike up or push your strike down, push your expiration date up, push your expiration date down. And it's all about practice, and there's a bit more advanced doing this type of stuff, because it can get a bit complicated. But hopefully going through this with me will give you that motivation, encouragement to start looking at rolling in a different light. So when we ended up the last episode, I opened a cover call at 37. expiring last Friday. So what I did was, in this whole week, I bought that back, that 37, and I pushed my strike up. So today is the 26th of November. So I bought back the 37 call, and then I opened a new call at the $40 because price was rocketing up here at these levels. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that if my shares were taken away, I'm getting called away at the $40 mark. And then what happened in the same week, I think it was a day later, Riot absolutely tanked. So I think we're around this area here. Riot tanked all the way down to a low of 31.43. So what that allowed me to do is to pick up more premium at the same expiration. So this was an example of me rolling down my strike because I knew that my cost basis was 33.50. So I had the 40 call, Riot tanked by 5-6%. So I rolled down. So I bought back the 40. You can see how much it went down. The option was worth, I bought for $2.11. I sold it for $2.11. I bought it back for $58. So you can see how much, it did tank in that one day. And then I opened for the same expiration date, the 36. So I rolled down by $4. And then what happened the day later, um, and what I did I bought myself some more time because my shares would, if I didn't open this trade here for the week after on 3rd of December, my shares would have been taken away. So I wanted to so I rolled up and out. So what rolling up means, I rolled my strike from 36 to 37, and out means I rolled out my expiration by another week, so to December the 3rd. So I bought it back for $112, and then I sold a new one for $2.23 or $223. So that gave me a net credit of that roll of $1.11, and because it's 100 shares, $111. So overall, throughout that whole process of the last like 3-4 trades, I've made $479, which is quite a lot since the last video. I can't remember what the ROI was. I think it was around 14-15%. So I made 5% in a week uh, doing all these trades and taking advantage of that volatility. And that's one of the advantages of the price going up. And with I say low cost basis, well, I still think 33.50 is quite high, but with Riot been playing around the 35 to $40 mark, that volatility allowed me to make all these different types of trades in one week. So I now have 3rd of December, the $37 call there. And if the price does go down or does go up, I will adjust accordingly. But I think, if my shares get called away at 37, like I said, I'll make unfortunately the current price is 37, so I'll make an additional 350 plus the 658. That's a $1,000. That's about a 30 odd percent, 33 odd percent return on my initial 3,350, which I'm more than happy with in 15-16 weeks worth of work. And the time and effort spent doing this, I would say, in comparison, if you take account the videos I've created and all of that type of stuff, probably less than an hour, I would say. And I've been doing this for a while, so it comes natural. I know what I'm doing. I know how to use the Interactive Brokers app and rolling down, rolling up, and but even if you're brand new to this, this doesn't take a lot of time, a lot of energy to kind of do it. And like I've always said, do it on a stock you love, whether it's Apple or Riot or ChargePoint or Tesla, whatever it may be. You probably need a bit more money to do it on Tesla, but I think you get the point, right? If it's a stock you believe in long term, right? And when I say long term, I'm not talking about the next like 15 weeks or so. I'm talking about the next year, 2 years, 3 years. You know, don't be afraid to be assigned shares. Like I said, I was assigned shares here in here in week 4, and we talked about it back then, saying I've got no issue owning the shares. And even when the price went down to, $25, I had no problem holding that shares. And part of me was thinking I wanted to sell more puts on it, and yeah, it's just, this is where I think, where trading then starts to click and starts to become easier. So like I said, if you're interested in this type of stuff, I do weekly coaching calls, and if you guys are interested, you can click the link down below to that as well. So if you guys are interested to learn, and we can talk about it. There's not many members, I'm not gonna lie, inside my coaching group, but we're a small knit group here that meet up every single week, and talk about this type of stuff. And we help each other along. We review everyone's trades, see how we're doing, and then we kind of make a collective decision on what's right, based on the account size and that all that various things. So if you're interested in that, click the link down below to sign up to that. It's a great resource to be having, and hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I shall see you guys in the next video.